Alrighty, everybody, go ahead. We welcome back to the channel. It's your boy CJ. You already know how we do it. I'm about to show you guys how do you save so much gold and what to spend it on, right? Um, I've already seen some group chats, Discord, Facebook, things of those natures. There's some people wondering how do others get so much gold? How do they keep running out of gold? And do they get gold? So here I'm just gonna ask you guys these questions and things you don't want to do. So first I'm gonna start out with showing you guys how do you get gold. The easiest way to get gold, in my opinion, is to do missions. Rather if it's story missions, epic missions. Epic missions are when you go to a certain region and it says recommended power level versus what you are. So that's what epic mission is. Those give the most gold. And you also have side missions. Those give some gold as well. You also have your dailies. What are your dailies? You come here, you have daily blitz. You can do like what, 3 blitz a day? Yeah, on each boss you can do 3 blitz a day. Those give you gold. Some nice chunk of gold actually. Um you do special operations. That too also gives you some nice chunk of gold. You only can get that like one time a day though, so I recommend you do those. I also do a most wanted target. Those two give you gold. So some arena also gives you gold. You can also go to your inventory and where you have things like battle badges, you can just dismantle one, and there you go. You get some gold from there as well. So getting gold really isn't the problem. The problem is how fast you can lose gold. So now I'm going to tell you how to save gold. And the biggest thing I see people spending their gold on, only because there's little red dot over there, some people highly get annoyed by that. And I completely understand. You just don't want to have that on your screen. It's just so annoying to see. So a lot of people would just come over here and they just rank up skills. But here's a big tip I'm going to give you guys. Never rank up a skill that you're not going to equip. See this? I'm not equipping that. Not equipping that. So there's no need to even level that up. The only reason I even leveled this skill up when I knew I wasn't going to keep it, the only reason I did do that was only because, it's the first thing to level up and I need to level up skill just to get a certain milestone. And I needed that for my squad rank and some more other gold. So, but another thing people do is, hold on. Let me see if I can hide my face. I'm gonna do that for you real quick. Um, you see this down here? People would click on this next skill and they will automatically think it's flat out better. When in reality, no, sometimes that's just not the case. Hell, even most of the time, because the trade off for the gold, it's not. Sometimes it's going to pay off. This skill right here, it doesn't do that much damage compared to the first skill, and on top of that, it literally adds a whole second of skill cooldown. A whole second is a lot of time in games like this, and it takes look how much the first skill took, what, 11 stamina. Now this one takes a whole 19 stamina, so like that's a pretty drastic difference just for that. So always read, just so you know what you want to put on there. Don't just willy nilly that stuff, because it definitely can eat at your goal. Even though it might not seem that much, but it can definitely add up over time. Other things, other people do with their gold. They also come all the way over here to the outfits, and they would just rank them up. Like I always say, honestly, unless if you're going for an objective or a daily objective or something like that to get like crystal shards, gold, or squad XP, don't rank up anything here unless if it's a regional gear. A regional gear is this thing right here behind. You see how it's glowing behind her head? Like that's a regional gear. Look at this head. See, there's not really nothing flashing back there, but you can see the flash back here. So that's another thing people do. Honestly, you want to focus on regional gear. So if you can avoid ranking up these normal gears, then I would at all costs. Like I have barely ranked up any of these. Like this chest piece and these arms right here, I didn't even rank those up. I just pulled them out of a box. So, and these shoes, they're definitely going to stay there. Like I would say, the only reason you should even think, like if you can't get a regional gear because you're not that lucky, the next best thing would look for a piece, like look for a set. For example, when you first get Storm, you already get 90 set. So the 90 set, you get all 5 sets here. You get extra categories on it. You see what I mean? Like, see a set 2 attack like that. Then you can probably work on those to level up. But again, if you can avoid it, I would say avoid it. There's also another thing that people spend money on. I already did this, but I guess I'm just going to show it again. Um, but so when you come over here to this conversion box to get some particles, this is what people usually do. They come over here and they'll go ahead and put their badges in here. Look at that. That's 15k gold and you don't even get a particle. Like, see what I'm saying? Like, don't even bother with it. The best things that'll help you rank this up. I did this on camera, but my footage got corrupted, so that's a big L. But what I did was I actually had 5 items that I found while I was doing collectibles, and I got all the way from 1 particle to 2 particle to my second particle, and it only cost me about 5k gold, 4k. So again, I know some people just don't want to, because the storage is very bad, but I'm be level with you, man. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Just either put it in the storage. Just either put that boy in the storage for your Spider-Man or whoever your second character is going to be, or you can dismantle it to get gold. Those are my 2 options with it. Another thing that I think can be a gamble. People say it's necessary. It is necessary, but only up to a certain point when it becomes necessary, because we all need region gear, but you're not going to need it to further down the line. So unless if you really, really need the regional gear, another thing I would say is do not worry about this. See what I'm saying? Like, that's 7,500 gold right there just for 1 box. And sometimes people just come in here and they do 10 at a time. So that's 75k gold. And the messed up thing about it is you cannot even get the piece that you're looking for. So it can be like a huge gamble and like just a gold sink. It's even worse when you do craft something and then you come over here, then you realize, oh, I got 2 hours left on it, but you don't want to wait that 2 hours, so you go ahead and spend gold to speed it up. That's also a healthy price of gold. So that's another thing I see some people that don't want to wait for the grind. They just want to skip right into it. So again, if you can just go ahead, knock all that out of your head, make sure basically this game is going to be a war of nutrition. You feel me? You're going to have to grind through it. There's easy ways around it of paying, but I don't think you should pay. I think you should just grind it out, wait for these things, you know what I'm saying? You just got to have patience, and patience, that's what I'm going to preach. You got to have a lot of patience if you want to just save up gold. See, I have 295,000 gold, but I'm in a unique place because I just started my own alliance again. Star City too, if anybody's interested. We have a Discord as well. Can't wait for raids and all that to come out where we can speak to each other. But I started my own alliance. We're 20 deep. But again, that costed me 500k gold. So, some of us will take that hit to make an alliance, so you don't have to. So that's a big positive for you right there. But so far, those are all the ways that I can think of off the top of my head to help you save gold and also help you ways to get gold. Here's another way that it takes no time on your part per se. All you gotta do is, if you do have a second device, or let's say maybe you play on the LD, play on the computer, it's very easy to just go off in a random spot, put your phone down, put it on auto, and then just let it bang out, do its thing overnight. You come back, you probably have a good amount of gold. You most definitely will have some badges that you can dismantle to get gold that way. So there's multiple ways you can get gold. There's multiple ways you can spend gold. a lot of people will look at something, they'll spin the gold and it'll only be like 7K. You feel me? For a big example, when you come over to the shop, people will buy Met Kids over here, but what they won't realize, they'll look at it. This is what they would do. They'll look at this. They'll say, "Oh, it's only 60 gold, not that bad." Then they go over here. They buy 100 at a time, and then it'll be 6K gold. They think to themselves, 6K gold is not that bad. You know, they can afford that. But most of the time, when people buy Mad Kids, they don't just buy 100 at a time. Like they'll go in there and just spam the 100, like 100. They end up buying like 500 times. Now you 30,000 go deep, so that can happen. And to be honest, I wouldn't even recommend buying gold. I mean, buying Mad Kids, honestly, unless if you know you're about to go grind somewhere, you're about to go hit a mission that you need these kind of Mad Kids. And I said that because look how like these med kits, you can get to the next med kit so easy. You probably, if I was you, I'll probably buy 100 and then go off to my region. That's what I would do. Just keep it at that. Listen, honestly, if you're gonna go to an epic mission where you probably gotta fight, let's say a kingpin boss or something, just buy 100, honestly. And if you're gonna set your computer down, your phone down, put it on auto, let it fight the fight for you. All you need is probably is 100. You might need 200, depends on where you are. But all in all, honestly, those are just don't buy these. Please do not buy these. I know it looks tempting because it's a set, and I did say buy if you have a set, it's better to rank it up because the set gives you extra things. But these, no, avoid those like the plague. Stay away from them. It's not it, Chief. Do not do it. And here's another route. I most definitely would say don't do it. But like I said, we have some people that they don't have patience in the grind for it. So here you go. You can come over here and use your crystals to buy gold. 1,000 crystals for 1.1 million. I don't know about that, Chief. I feel like that 1K crystal one is probably too much. But if you ask me, I think the best value in this would, if you do have to, I would say do the 500 crystals for 700K gold. In my opinion, again, I would do none of them if you ask me. So that's my opinion. But those are all the ways that I can think of. Yeah. So again, like I said, let's just reiterate. I want to know this. I really want to know this part home the most because I know people would just love doing it. If you're not going to use the skill, do not rank it up. Do not rank it up. And just because it has a next evolution in the chain to the skill does not mean you have to rank it up. Just look at the cost, look at the effects, and think to yourself, is this cost going to be an adequate upgrade to this skill? It might look like it is because it has the damage buff, but look at this. Look at the stamina it's going to require. Look at the cooldowns. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. Some characters can get away with it. Some characters can't. Captain America can get away with it because he's extra tanky and he heals himself. He can get away with that. He can get away with longer stamina cooldown. So maybe his buff skills is going to add extra buff potency to it, so the next evolution will be worth it. But let's say you're running Captain America, and you know that healing is one of the most valuable things in this game, but the next evolution in that skill